Alright, Kenshi here, bringing you episode 14 of Kenshi Age of Blood and Sand Iron Man playthrough. But Kenshi, what about episode 2, where you had to reload? Yeah, that did happen, but that reload was to capture the footage that was lost when the recording software didn't go off. And then once I had filled the gap of what had happened in that time, I then reloaded the Iron Man save that we're playing on and carried on. So even though I reloaded to capture the footage, it had no effect on the playthrough because it was already done. So any footage that is lost now will just be lost. Now getting on with the episode, we have a stone mine and a manual stone processor, so we'll be able to take the stones and then turn them into building materials. We will need more labour for this, so I'm going to take these 4 hives and run them across to the outpost. Hopefully their speed will keep them safe, so as long as the navigation mesh doesn't mess up, they should be fine. And it looks like we have company. So this is the first raid against our new outpost. We've been here for maybe, like 12 hours? So not here long at all. We are up against the Black Dragon Ninjas. They're lightly armoured and their weapons are fairly poor, but they are ninja blades. Now ninja blades have decent, not amazing, but decent bleed damage. So I will need to be careful of my lightly armoured hives taking too many hits and then bleeding out in the time the fight goes on. Hopefully that won't be an issue because Lidus and Ray should be able to finish this off fairly quickly. Lidus seems to be able to take 1 or 2 per hit, so long as he attacks the right bit and the right body part. And then anything that isn't, I guess you call it, super important or critical, they will just drop down because of blood loss anyway. So Lidus is having a nice time here, just kiting about and choosing his targets of opportunity. As we're going to have a little bit of time here as Lidus and Ray finish off the Black Dragon Ninjas, I'm going to talk about the mods that we're using. The core mods that we will be using are the Age of Blood and Sand, hence the series name. I'm going to tell you 4 other mods that I'm using. So we got Godsend Research, which means any vanilla research you can do for free and at a reduced time. Godsend XP times 2, does what it says on the tin. Weakenings always give XP, yet again, it is what it says it is. And then Viable Soldier Drones. This is a very important mod, especially for a Hiver playthrough. It just makes your soldier drones a little bit more tanky, so they get an extra 20 hit points on their body parts, except for head, chest and stomach. They have a slightly higher regen rate, not massive, but helpful, and they also have less bleed, simply meaning it just takes them longer to bleed out. Once you take all of these into account, it makes the soldier drones viable, hence the mod name Viable Soldier Drones, which I quite like because I feel in vanilla they're a bit underpowered, but there's a lot of mods that overpower them, these ones don't, so I find it a nice mix. We'll just need to clean up the last of the Black Dragon Ninjas and then get to healing our guys. It doesn't look like we lost anyone in that fight, which is, I'll call a small victory, not a massive one because we still got knocked down. I don't have any beds to heal them, but across the board that could have gone a lot worse. Our other hives, they're nearly to the base, which is pretty good, and they're most of... Wait, what? Oh. Yeah. Okay, so that's Marty down. Okay, looks like he got taken out by a clicker. I'm going to call those guys clickers. They are so useful though. Right, once you get them, if you take them out, you get CPU cores, which are worth like 5k a pop. And you need the CPU cores to make the healing pods. Now the healing pods are where we're going to go to in the future instead of beds, because they have, I think it's either 4,000 or 40,000% healing. So you put someone in there, literally within seconds they're fully healed and ready to go back out into the fight. I wish those my guys were stronger so they could go and fight them and get the CPU cores, but unfortunately that is not a thing. And it takes like 10 CPU cores to build one, which is a little bit expensive. Let's go try to get them to the base, because if they keep on running they should be fine. Like I said, this will all come down to the navigation mesh. If the navigation mesh holds and doesn't mess up, we should be fine. Yeah, looks like he got snagged on someone because Jerry was in the middle as well. So yeah, this is kind of a slight issue with sending them across the Black Desert, not a massive one. What we'll do is we'll move Lidus's kit across so Lidus can go and run. Try to get to Jerry in time to heal him up. We'll give it a go. I don't think it's going to happen somehow, but Lidus leaves no one behind. No. Okay. Well, you tried, Jerry. You just weren't strong enough, nor you fast enough, and you will quickly be forgotten and quickly replaced, because this is Kenshi. Try not to get attached to your characters, as there's always something out there that wants to eat them, and especially hives, and as they're so weak. Everything just wants to nom nom on them. The losses will need to be replaced, so we're going to take Lidus and send him to the Adventurers Guild. So once he goes in, he can talk to the vendor, and then the vendor will send a caravan to our base, and the caravan will be full of new recruits. And we have a Oni come in. It looks like they've snagged some poor prey, but if you look at the stats on the Oni, they are just mental. They've got like over 100 strength and like 400 on most body parts. And then the hazard shells that they're wearing are super tanky as well. And hold up. Is that what I think? They're trying to take one of my hives. No. I'm a little bit reluctant to try and fight them, but I'm not letting one of my hives get carried off by the Onis. Like that is not a thing. I will not let that happen. I will need to bring Lidus back, and I'll try to get Ray to intercept. Ray should be able to hold his own long enough against one Oni. If the two aggro, no, cool, just the one aggroed. Ray should be able to hold off long enough, like I said, for Lidus to show up, and then when Lidus shows up, it's still not going to be a quick fight because Onis are just so ridiculously tough to take down. They got more hit points than a Praetorian with over 100 strength. If they had any dexterity at all on them, they would be devastating. And it looks like we've got a Holy Nation assault coming in, which I'm not too worried about. It's should be a long way away. Yeah, I can't see anything in Oakrin's Pride, so probably coming from like slightly higher up, which is not an issue. We'll have plenty of time before it gets here, so we'll be able to kill off the Oni. Hopefully our other hives would have shown up. We're going to be able to then get some like building materials and some stone, start looking into building the storm house. Once we have that storm house built, we can look into putting in beds and that, and then it'll just be a matter of like running to and fro across the Black Desert to the tower to get the resources we have stockpiled there to bring back to then help set this base up, and that would be pretty cool. We got a little animal next to us. I think that's meant to be a horse, but you know, I'm not going to question it. What we'll do is they must have come from the Holy Farm. It must have come from the Holy Farm. That was quick. They came on us. How many you reckon? We're like 80, 90? I reckon probably about 90 odd. Holy Nation. Okay, now this is going to be a good fight. I'll try to get my worker drones out of the way, just so, well, they won't survive the fight basically, and it's going to take a long while for Lidus and Ray to clear it up. I'm going to need to keep them moving at all times, because if they stand still, they are dead. Like, straight up, they do not stand a chance. So I'm not going to be able to do much with Lidus or Ray, and the camera angles are going to be horrible. This is going to be really annoying to try and film like something that's worth watching whilst trying to keep the hives alive. But I guess we got to do what we got to do. And then there was one. So it's only Kendrick that's still up. Hilleroy is down. He's got a mashed up leg, but Kendrick seems to be doing okay. What we'll do is we will get a medikit from Lidus, give it to Kendrick, put him onto passive, and then we will send him out to try to heal up Hilleroy before he bleeds out. I don't have that many hivers left, and I need them to get this base up and running, otherwise all it is going to be is just a magnet for raids and nasty beasties and things that are trying to kill us knowing where we are. So I need the hives to be able to start getting some sort of manufacturing up so I can start to produce at least some armour or some weapons. I mean, I'm not after anything fancy, I'm just after something that will help just try to keep my hives alive. Why did I think a hive playthrough was going to work? I mean, the Praetorians are awesome. They're super cool. The soldier drones are super cool. But then you just got like the hive workers and the hive princes that just spontaneously die for like no reason. Like, I'm really hoping that it changes when we do get that weapons and that armour. Because if this is what the rest of the playthrough is, so I might as well just give up and just have like Ray and Linus and just drive between the two of them to finish the objectives. Because I can see just us getting trapped in this town where everyone just like dies for like no reason and then starts missing limbs, and then it's just going to be such a tedious playthrough. But I've cleared the Holy Nation assault, so that's 2 assaults in like one day, and they're both down. And we've lost a couple hivers, but nothing that's going to make us like really worry. We're missing a couple limbs, but that's fine. We are by the Black Desert City, so I can always get Linus to run across there to pick some up. Oi, no, dead, good. Get some more limbs and that and come back. We've also got like the bulls and that around, so we're going to be able to get food and resources from them. And yeah, the assault's cleared up. Plenty of just mangled corpses on the floor now. And well, I think that this is going to be as good as time as any to end the episode. It's not going to get much better. So we'll get Linus's rucksack, get that on because I need to try and find it because I don't know where I put it, and I can't end the episode because then when I reload it will despawn. So we'll look for that. Once that's done, then we'll get on with it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching episode 14 of Kenshi, Age and Blood and Sand. I have been Konzi, and I'll catch you on the next one.